Have you ever seen a smartphone camera system that can switch its lenses, just like a real camera? Well, Huawei just made it happen with the brand new Pura 80 Ultra. But that's not the only surprise in this launch. Huawei just dropped the full Pura 80 series lineup, and it's turning a lot of heads right now. Let's talk about what's going on. Huawei introduced 4 models in the new Pura 80 series: the standard Pura 80, Pura 80 Pro, Pura 80 Pro Plus, and the top-end Pura 80 Ultra. Each one is packed with powerful features, and this launch is a big step for the company as it comes back strong in the smartphone market. The company also made it clear how serious they are about staying on top. Huawei's chairman Yu Chengdong revealed that they've spent over 1.249 trillion Chinese yuan, which is about 173 billion United States dollars, on research and development in the past 10 years. Just last year in 2024, they spent 179.7 billion Chinese yuan, or around 25 billion United States dollars. That's nearly 20% of their total income. This kind of investment has helped Huawei push through big challenges like getting access to the latest chipsets. Let's get into the hardware. The regular Pura 80 comes with a flat 6.6-inch organic light-emitting diode screen, while the Pura 80 Pro, Pro Plus, and Ultra models all have larger 6.8-inch curved OLED screens. These displays are no joke. They support up to 3,000 nits of peak brightness, a refresh rate that adapts between 1 to 120 Hz, and they show over 1.07 billion colors. You also get support for high dynamic range vivid content, P3 wide color, range, and a sharp resolution at 460 pixels per inch. Now for the part that's getting everyone talking: the cameras. All 4 models use a 50 megapixels 1-inch RYYB main sensor. Compared to previous Huawei models, this sensor can process image data up to 200% faster. Plus, it uses artificial intelligence to reduce noise and boost color accuracy, but the Pura 80 Ultra takes things to another level. This model includes something called TCG Triple Real-Time Fusion technology, which boosts the dynamic range all the way up to 16 eV. That means even in very dark or bright places, the camera captures the scene accurately. Even more impressive is the switchable telephoto lens. This is the first phone to feature a dual lens setup that uses mirrors inside to switch between 2 different zoom levels, one at 3.7 times and the other at 9.4 times. It gives you a zoom range from 13mm to 212mm. This improves the optical zoom range by 129% over last year's Pura 70 Ultra. Can a foldable phone finally feel as light and thin as a regular phone? That's the question Samsung wants us to think about with its newest teaser for the Galaxy Z Fold 7. With about a month to go until Samsung's official event in July, the company has kicked off its marketing campaign early. And this time, it's not about flashy features or fancy animations. It's about something simple but important: how thin and light the next foldable will be. In their latest teaser, Samsung says the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is going to be their thinnest, lightest, and most advanced foldable yet. That's a big promise, especially when many users still complain that foldables are too bulky to carry around comfortably. Let's break down what this really means and how it stacks up to what we know so far. First, the design. Samsung hasn't shared exact numbers in the teaser, but a recent leak from May gave us some pretty close details. If the report is accurate, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will measure just 4.54mm when unfolded and about 9mm when folded. That's only slightly thicker than the Oppo Find N5, which currently holds the record for the world's thinnest foldable. And in case you're wondering, the full dimensions of the Galaxy Z Fold 7 might be around 158.43mm tall and 143.14mm wide when unfolded. So even though it's big, it's definitely getting closer to feeling like a regular phone in the hand. Now let's talk about the display, because foldables are all about the screen experience. Based on early info, the Z Fold 7 is expected to carry over the 8.2-inch internal screen seen in the Z Fold 6 Special Edition. That means you're still getting that massive tablet-like screen inside, perfect for watching videos, multitasking, or even working on the go. So how is Samsung making this phone thinner and lighter? According to the teaser, their engineers and designers have been focused on improving the build with each new generation. That includes using lighter materials, a slimmer hinge, and making small changes to the way components are placed inside the phone. Under the hood, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is expected to be powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, which will likely deliver top-tier performance whether you're gaming, editing photos, or just browsing the web. As for the battery, the Fold 7 is said to pack a 4,000 mAh battery. That's not huge by today's standards, but Samsung is probably trying to balance battery life with a slimmer design. And don't forget, they might also include faster charging, though the exact charging speed in watt hasn't been revealed yet. Now, one thing to clear up. Last week, Samsung released a very confusing teaser that hinted at a possible Galaxy Z Fold 7 Ultra. What if your phone could fold not once, but 3 times? Would you actually use it? Well, Huawei thinks you might, and they're not giving up on the idea just yet. Last year in September 2024, Huawei released something that looked more like a piece of sci-fi tech than a regular smartphone. It was called the Mate XT, and it was the world's first tri-fold smartphone. Yep, that's right. 3 folding sections, 1 big screen, and a design that got everyone talking. Now here's the news. The Mate XT is getting a sequel, and it could be coming later this year. A well-known source on Weibo digital chat station just shared that Huawei is already working on the second-generation Mate XT. If things go as expected, the next model could launch in September 2025, exactly a year after the first one. So what can we expect? Let's start with the display. According to the leak, there won't be any changes to the screen. That's not too surprising. Building a display that folds 3 times without breaking is already pretty impressive. It seems Huawei is sticking with the same folding design, which actually worked well in the first version. The real upgrades will happen inside the phone. The new Mate XT will have a faster chipset, meaning it should run apps and games more smoothly, and save battery better. And the camera system is getting better too, although we don't have exact details on how many megapixels or what kind of sensors it'll use just yet. Huawei is also planning to upgrade the accessories that go with the phone. And that's where things get really interesting. If you didn't know, the first Mate XT already had some pretty cool extras. For example, there's a rotating case made from a very strong material called aramid fiber. This case could rotate up to 270 degrees and also work as a stand. So if you're watching a video or on a video call, you didn't have to hold the phone the whole time. Then there's the foldable touch keyboard. When combined with the case, it turned the Mate XT into a mini computer. You could type, take notes, or even do light work, all on a phone-sized device that could fold into your pocket. Now imagine how Huawei might improve those accessories for the second generation. Maybe a stronger case, a better keyboard, or even brand new tools we haven't seen before. The company clearly wants to make the phone more than just a cool design. They want it to be useful too. Of course, not everyone loved the first Mate XT. Some people thought it was just a tech experiment. But the truth is, it got a lot of attention, and people were curious. That's probably why Huawei decided to make another one. One thing many users complained about, though, was that the Mate XT was only available in a few countries, mostly China and a few others. Hopefully, this new version will be available in more places.